Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, more people dying from cancer since COVID, says one oncologist. Over 8,000 food cards to be distributed for Christmas. And internationally, WHO says Omicron variant spreading at unprecedented rate. And now the news in detail. Cancers of the colon and rectum have doubled in the past decade in people under the age of 50. And since the COVID-19 pandemic hit, many patients have died because of delays in getting medical care. This was revealed by Dr. IWER, consultant surgical oncologist at the San Fernando General Hospital. Dr. IWER explained that people have been unwilling to come to the hospital for medical care, and their diagnosis occurs when the cancer spread has accelerated. Dr. IWER noted that cancers of the colon and rectum are among the most common in our population. He urged the public to take better care of their health by doing medical checkups, noting that some cancers may exist in a dormant or precancerous form for several years, and during this time, they can be identified and removed before they gain the ability to invade and spread to other parts of the body. Dr. IWER stated that anyone who notices rectal bleeding or blood in their stool, difficulty passing stool, unintentional weight loss or tiredness, or even has a strong family history of cancer should do a thorough workup. 25 more people have died from COVID-19 in TNT, while 786 new infections were recorded on Tuesday. The Health Ministry, in its daily update on Tuesday, said in the past week, 151 people have died and 5,256 became infected. The number of infections this month peaked on December 3rd at 984. TNT now has 14,425 active cases. Since March 2020, when the pandemic first hit our shores, 2,454 people have died from COVID. A total of 8,200 households began to receive food support from the government of Trinidad and Tobago via the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services from Monday. According to a statement from the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, members of Parliament or their representatives were presented with their quota of 200 cards each for distribution by Minister Donna Cox at her office on St. Vincent Street in Port of Spain. The ministry said the cards will be distributed to deserving households via 41 MPs in an effort to ensure that vulnerable families who are experiencing hardship and are unable to fully provide for the nutritional needs of their respective families are provided with the necessary support. Minister Cox says this exercise is in keeping with the spirit of caring and giving that the season of Christmas represents, and also given the socio-economic challenges posed by COVID-19 restrictions. The minister revealed that the food support cards are valued at $550 each. Meanwhile, the Salvation Army Cattle Drive Hamper Distribution 2021 kicked off on Tuesday, where about 2,000 hampers are to be distributed in the next few days. The brief distribution exercise took place in the car park of the Salvation Army's divisional headquarters on Upper Henry Street in Port of Spain. Scores of people lined up to secure their numbers from as early as 9 a.m. despite the inclement weather. Finally, on the international scene, the World Health Organization has warned that the coronavirus variant Omicron was spreading at a rate not seen with previous variants and was likely present in most countries. The discovery of Omicron was first announced in November by scientists in South Africa, which was the first to experience a surge in COVID-19 driven by the new variant. 77 countries have now reported cases of Omicron, and the reality is that Omicron is probably in most countries, even if it hasn't been detected yet, says WHO's chief. The chief also lamented that some people were dismissing Omicron as a mild variant. He stated, "Surely we have learned by now that we underestimate this virus at our peril." He added that even if Omicron does does cause less severe disease, the sheer number of cases could once again overwhelm unprepared health systems. The discovery of Omicron triggered worries that it could cause another surge in global infections, leading many countries to impose travel restrictions on several southern African nations. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines: more people dying from cancer since COVID-19, says one oncologist. Over 8,000 food carts to be distributed for Christmas. And internationally, WHO says Omicron variant spreading at unprecedented rate. Do enjoy your afternoon and be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
From the street.